Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where two idiots talk about movies. And today we will be discussing the 2010 remake of The Karate Kid. Just a reminder that there are spoilers ahead for movies and TV shows that you may not have seen yet, so just know that you've been warned. This is the Jackie Chan one, in case anyone's wondering. Did you grow up on Jackie Chan or did you grow up on
I grew up on Jackie
Miyagi?
Chan. No, wasn't born in the 80s.
Well, no, but you never know what like parents force on their children.
No, I was not a rough macho kid. I watched more Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I think same. I think I watched more of the newer one than I did the older one. Well, it's just Isaiah and I today. Isaiah is a sleepy boy today.
I am on 39 hours of being awake.
Yeah, because he's a madman.
Yahoo.
Yeah, how's that feeling?
It's terrible, but hey.
Well, we'll see how this goes, I guess.
You gotta do what you gotta do, to get the job done.
I'm gonna like slip in words and see if you even can catch. Like, I'll say like I'm gonna start a sentence and just say something really random in the middle of it to see if you're awake. I want what?
You're gonna slip me a Mickey?
What the fuck does that mean?
It means you're gonna drug me.
Oh. Okay, that's the different thing. I thought. Okay, I was thinking something completely different.
Oh my god, get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah. Okay. This is also like the earliest we've recorded, so I feel like our energy is just completely different. It's 3:00 in the afternoon, everyone.
3:00 in the afternoon.
Normally we record at like 7 or 8 p.m. And it just feels weird to be recording when the sun is out. So our energy might be off. Our vibes might not be there. So we apologize. But
oh my god, I forgot that's the word I was trying to find. Vibes. The vibes.
The vibes. Is that what you're... Man, yeah, your brain really isn't working. Let's hop into everyone's favorite segment. This week in Hollywood. I hate it. I hate it. I hate doing it.
I have a question. There is not a question. There is a thing. I know words. There is a line, and I can't remember what TV show or movie it's from, where a guy goes, "This is newsy news with newsmen," and I cannot, for the life of me, remember where it is from. So if one of you guys can email me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like the Mr. Krabs line, where he's like, "I smell a smell." Smelly smell. I wonder if he ripped it from that, whatever you're recording.
But it is a live action TV show, and it's got like a dude kind of doing like dramatic. It's like that's like his news intro, and he's doing like dramatic like hair flips and stuff. I have a feeling like as a classified school survival guide or something like that. Are you Googling it?
No. Could you hear my keyboard?
Yes, I can always hear your keyboard.
Yeah, no, I couldn't find anything. Okay.
News.
Anyways, this week in Hollywood. Yes, I'll start. So, slight spoilers for the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, just because it just came out. The new film has a scene that was actually created by a 14-year-old schoolboy after creating a replica of the first schoolboy. Listen, I just took that part from the article. I'm not going to lie. After creating a replica of the first trailer for Across the Spider-Verse with Legos, Preston Mutanga, I'm going to say, or Mutanga, I'm so sorry, was invited to work on the actual film. I'm just going to go with Mutanga. That sounds right. Mutanga's parents agreed he could work on the project, but only after finishing his homework on school nights. How cute.
Can you imagine?
I feel like if I were to get like an email or a call from someone saying they were from Marvel and they're like, "We saw your work, kid. We want you in the next Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse movie," I would not believe them. I would think it's like a scam or something. I'm like, okay, do you want my social security first? It just doesn't. It sounds too good to be true. That's you now, Isaiah. This is what we do.
Should put noises.
This is what we do. We walk back and we talk back and forth.
No,
it's
really?
a conversation. It's how it goes.
You should do snoring noise and like,
I'll just get a soundbite of you. Go. I hate that so much. Ew, I hate it. Ew. That made me so uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't like that. You can stop.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Our boy, Bryan Cranston, my dealer, is in an interview with British GQ, said that he has plans to temporarily retire from acting and his business ventures in 2026 for at least 6 months. The reason behind his decision was he can spend more time with his wife, Robin Dearden. When the time comes for his temporary retirement, Cranston will shutter his production company, Moonshot Entertainment, and sell a portion of his mezcal company, Dos Hombres, which he co-founded with his Breaking Bad co-star Aaron Paul, which I have a friend who got a signed bottle and a picture with him for a signing.
Sick.
Yeah, so he has a bottle of Dos Hombres and he's got a picture with Bryan Cranston.
You can never open that bottle.
He asked him if he could flip him off, and he said, "I can't do that because the PR would look bad." He's like, "I don't want you taking that. I don't want people taking that out of context."
Yeah, that's fair. That's sick, though. Well, another Hocus Pocus film is in the works after the success of Hocus Pocus 2 when it came out last year. Anne Fletcher and Jen D'Angelo. Oh. What?
That happened? I didn't even know that movie. The second one came out.
Yeah, last year. It was a big thing.
Really? I really don't care.
I mean, I don't expect you to be a huge Hocus Pocus fan.
I'm not. I've never seen it.
It shows. Anne Fletcher and Jen D'Angelo will be returning to direct and write, respectively, after collaborating on the previous film in 2022. Now, it's unclear right now if there have been any decisions with Midler, Parker, and Najimy about returning for their iconic roles a third time. However, Bette Midler did tell Entertainment Weekly last year that she would be game to revisit her role after Hocus Pocus 2. So this might just have to be put on our franchise list, Isaiah, of coming up on a trilogy here.
Good God, no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Can someone put a spell on me to get out of here?
Boo.
Hocus Pocus me out of this.
Boo. Next.
All right, you Hyrule fans. The Legend of Zelda movie is coming. Who asked? I don't know, but we're getting it. From Nintendo and Universal following a massive success of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Despite The Legend of Zelda's massive success over the years, game-wise, a movie adaptation of the major studio has never gotten off the ground, which I don't... Video game adaptations, they weren't going to touch Zelda with a 10-foot pole. Let's just be honest. While The Legend of Zelda movie is long overdue, it might be a difficult adaptation to pull off considering its primary protagonist, Link, and many of the supporting characters never speak. Yes, people, if you don't know, they're silent protagonists. Also, Zelda is not Link.
Yes.
Most likely have to rely heavily on visuals and music and if it wishes to honor the spirit of the source material, which, let's be honest, it's not going to happen. They're going to butcher it somehow by having the character speak, and everybody's going to be like, what the hell? And they're going to get someone like Chris Pratt to voice Link, let's be honest. Pixar's WALL-E has much success telling a story with minimal dialogue, so there's no reason why Legend of Zelda movie, can't do the same. It's a video game adaptation, so I don't have high hopes.
Yeah, I guess it depends too if they're gonna give it the same treatment as Super Mario. Like if they're gonna go the animation route, maybe. But this is sounding like it's gonna be a live action.
A live action. So the only thing that I have to request, and they have to put in, like if they don't, it's an automatic 0 out of 5 for me, is there has to be a pot smashing scene. He has to go into a shop and just smash a bunch of pots.
Yes.
And then he's got to walk out with like 1,000 coins in his pocket where he can't move. By the way, I've never played Zelda a day in my life.
Yeah, neither have I. I love how we're like, yeah, totally. I've never played.
That I know need to happen. Like I know these things need to happen. Otherwise, the fandom would be like lose their mind. Then the fandom themselves are gonna be like boycotting this movie if it doesn't happen. So,
listen, I know enough about Link I know enough about Zelda because of Super Smash Bros. Okay, I at least know that Link and Zelda are two different people, and then Zelda and Sheik are the same person. Okay?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Okay. This. By the way, this does seem to be like ramping up into a like Super Smash Bros.
Oh my god!
Movie,
honestly, I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, like I'll finally get into Nintendo if that's the plan.
If they took Super Smash Bros. And gave it like a Mortal Kombat treatment, dude, that would be so fucking cool.
That's crazy. Wait. Oh my god. That means they have to make a Star Fox movie. Oh, I'm so down. Oh my god, I'm so down. Let's
Star Fox. Imagine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just
Come on.
Come on. Squawk, or whatever the hawk does.
The Falcon?
Falcon, my bad. Oh my
He's
god.
a Falcon. Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
the last time I played Star Fox was the Nintendo 64.
Same. Good times. That was a great game. Everyone listening is like, what the fuck is Star Fox? Because I'm assuming most of our demographic is too young to understand.
Google it.
It is an iconic game.
Oh my god. Flying through space in that weird like 6 polygon spaceship.
Bro, for the time that it came out, it was a revolutionary game.
Revolutionary.
Anyways, on to the next.
Talking about revolutionary.
Yeah. Let the countdown begin for Fast and Furious 11. I don't want to do this.
No, I can't wait to do that franchise. Oh my god, I am going to have such a blast.
Vin Diesel revealed the release date and concept art for the upcoming sequel on his Instagram. The film will hit theaters April 4th of 2025. Production for the movie is already finished, as it was done back-to-back with Fast X. But I don't know why production is going to take 2 years. That is a long time. I don't even think A Way of Water took that long. Isaiah, what do you got for the last headline?
Ding, ding. It's Christopher Nolan versus Tom Cruise. All right.
Oh, man.
We got Tom Cruise, whose movie, Mission Impossible, which one is this on? Is 9? Dead Reckoning Part 1, basically, which comes out on July 12th and is basically going for all the IMAX showing. They want you to, obviously, those stunts. Tom Cruise wants you to see those stunts on the biggest screen humanly possible, which is basically IMAX. However, the next week, Oppenheimer comes out. Due to Christopher Nolan's relationship with IMAX and the fact that they filmed Oppenheimer with IMAX cameras, he actually is now going to have Oppenheimer released in every IMAX theater in North America a week after, and therefore Tom Cruise is very angry. So he is trying to fight to have a wider release of Mission Impossible alongside Oppenheimer to have IMAX showings. However, he's not winning the battle right now, and I don't think he's going to win because Christopher Nolan and IMAX are pretty good friends. Given the fact I'm not 100% sure if Mission Impossible it's showing in IMAX, but I don't know if it's filmed with IMAX cameras. If it is, it's probably just a few sequences where like the entirety of Oppenheimer is mostly filmed with IMAX.
Yeah, I feel like it is not a fair fight at all.
Nope. But I have a feeling he's not gonna win that battle.
Plus, I'm sorry, out of the two, Nolan's film is way more interesting than a film that's been on like a series. I would say, well, no, I like action movies. I'm just saying, which sounds more interesting to see in IMAX?
Barbie.
Yeah. You got me there.
I want my eyes to be blinded by the pink because there's so much pink.
I want Ken's washboard abs.
Did you know that there was a national paint shortage of the color pink because the production bought it all?
I did see that. That's crazy. Well, that concludes This Week in Hollywood. You can find all of our sources cited in our Discord channel, which you should go join, by the way, right now. Do it.
I'm not holding a knife to you.
No.
Not a gun to your head.
For legal reasons, we are not forcing you to do anything, but do it.
I'm giving you a stare.
Prayer pressure.
Stare.
Mm-hmm.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah, all the cool kids are doing it. If you don't do it, you're pretty lame, though. Speaking of peer pressuring, on to drinks. Isaiah?
Yeah. You're peer pressuring me to drink. Let's get some drinking. Let's get Drinking.
Yeah, let's get a drink in you after 39 hours of being awake.
Yeah, we call it more downers, I guess. I don't know, sleep deprivation, a downer.
This whole conversation's a downer.
I'm depressed.
Let's see. What do we got
Okay.
on the menu?
Okay. What the hell? Okay. Welcome to Big Lou's Big Brews. This man gave me a cocktail called the Kung Fu Pandan.
Is it Pandan?
Well, it says Pandan.
It's not Kung Fu Panda.
There's an N in there.
Pandan. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
We did not save. We did not save this for Kung Fu Panda, which will be a series in the future, but because there actually is 3 movies, I think. But I guess we're doing it now. All right. Pacific Cocktail Havens. Kevin Diedrich loves Pandan so much. His colleagues joked that they should rename the spot Pandan Cocktail Heaven. Oh, so Pandan. Oh, okay. I get it now. It's a part of it. So much that the fragrant plant native to Southeast Asia takes multiple forms on any given menu at the bar, be it in a milk punch.
Well, now we just look uncultured.
You are uncultured. Anyway. A cordial used in a Negroni variation as a flavored syrup, taking the place of the usual simple syrup. The latter takes center stage in this summery caramel corn evoking sipper. That's a sentence.
What a sentence.
In the form of a salted pandan syrup. We use the pandan as a nice way to add a depth, nutty, grassy flavor to a cocktail, says Diedrich. Special sauce. that depth is complemented in this cocktail by a combination of Japanese whiskey, grassy rice, shochu, lemon juice, plus a festive earthy sprinkle of candy cap mushroom dust, if you have it on hand. Which, oh my god, finally a drink where I was able to pronounce literally everything.
Nice.
On to the ingredients. We have 11. I'm sorry, what are these?
1.5.
Oh, whoops. My brain is not working.
You were going to say 11 ounces.
11. It was like 11 dash, not 11.
No, I see it. The ones look really close together. I'll give you that. But anyone with a awake brain, I should say.
11 and a half.
11 divided by 2 ounces.
Yeah, so we have 1.5 ounces of Kikori Japanese whiskey, 3/4 ounce of rice shochu, 3/4 ounce lemon juice freshly squeezed, 3/4 ounce salted pandan syrup, garnish Tide pandan leaf, garnish with or the mushroom candy cap mushroom. So you're gonna add all your ingredients into a shaker with ice. Shake well until chilled. Not stirred, shaken. Double strain into a chilled Nick or Nora glass filled with pebble ice. Garnish with a Tide pandan leaf and candy cap mushroom if desired.
Okay. Now, I have a couple questions.
I want to try whiskey. What's up? Sorry.
I do want to try the Japanese whiskey. What is rice shochu?
Shochu? I know soju. I don't know what sochu is.
Soju is good. Soju is dangerous. I have some in my fridge. Shochu is a distilled beverage.
Really?
Typically distilled from rice, barley, sweet potatoes, buckwheat, or brown sugar, though it is sometimes produced from other ingredients such as chestnuts, sesame seeds, potatoes, or even carrots. It has alcohol in it. Interesting.
It has alcohol in it. Wow.
Okay. So that sounds like a pretty strong drink. I don't know what the fuck candy cap mushroom dust is. That sounds disgusting. I do not like mushrooms. So if it's anything that's actually mushroom related, or I don't know what candy cap mushroom.
It's mushroom powder.
That's so gross. That's a 0 out of 5 for me.
Is it shroomy? Can I get some shrooms? Like, it's like, angel dust, but, it's going to like make me go all wild.
Apparently this is a rare ingredient, so maybe you don't have to use it as a garnish.
It says optional if on hand. If it's rare, I'm going to assume you don't have it on hand.
Apparently, it has a unique maple butterscotch flavor.
Ooh.
Candy caps are known for their strong maple-like odor and flavor.
I like it already.
And apparently they use it in cookies, breads, desserts, smoothies, yogurt, blah, blah, blah. So maybe.
I give it a 4 out of 5. I like to try. I like try Japanese whiskey, and I like candy.
Well, it's not. I don't know. I think I would give it a 3.5 because I'm a little. I feel like I need to research this candy cap mushroom dust a little more. But if it is what it's saying it is, and it's sweeter, then I would say 4.5. But if it's mushroom related, I don't want it.
You don't like portobello mushroom burgers?
I hate mushrooms.
Portobello mushroom burger. Oh, where's that from? I know that's from something.
Your weird mind, perhaps?
No, that's definitely that's like there's literally a joke on a TV show about like, are you getting a portobello mushroom burger? The portobello mushroom burger. The portobello mushroom burger. That's literally like the joke.
I don't fucking know.
Someone again email me. I wonder if these two things are from the same show. That'd be funny.
Now we have another drink here that Lewis also added. It's a bonus drink, and it's literally called the Jackie Chan drink. That we should be talking about this.
The Jackie Chan drink is 1 part absolute Mandarin. Mandarin? Mandarin?
Mandarin.
Mandarin? Not Mandarin.
Mandarin is like a orange flavor.
Or, the language that Jackie Chan speaks.
Mandarin?
Mandarin Chinese?
Yes, but I'm saying absolute Mandarin. Mandarin is a fruit.
Fully medicine. A metal wire or stylet inserted into a flexible catheter to give the shape and firmness while passing through a hollow tubular structure.
It's supposed to be Mandarin. I think it's a typo. No, Mandarin.
Absolute Mandarin. Absolute Mandarin?
It's a vodka.
That's
all you need to know.
Absolute vodka. Yeah, absolute Mandarin. So it must be a typo. It must be Mandarin. It must be absolute.
It's like orange flavored.
Yes. One part Scotch. So we
sound so stupid this episode.
Hey, we call it the bartenders in here. 1 part absolute Mandarin, 1 part Scotch whiskey, 1 part passion fruit juice, 7 slices of Chilean hot pepper. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
7 we got ice cubes and or crushed ice, and it looks like this is it is made by Absolute, the company.
I just noticed that. Yeah, you can find the video on YouTube. The Jackie Chan drink recipe. Just kind of look that up, and you'll find Absolute Drinks posted a video.
It is called Mandarin. It is not Mandarin. It is Mandarin.
Okay, so we're just dumb. Got it.
But it does. I guess it's supposed to be like orange.
Okay,
which
so I was right on that part.
I dig it. I dig it. I love it.
Yeah, this sounds really good. It sounds like it's kind of tangy and a little spice. Add a little spice.
This is like a 5 out of 5 minus the hot peppers, and so it's like a 3 out of 5 with hot peppers, because like I don't need that in my life.
I feel like the peppers wouldn't be terrible, like because you're not going to eat the peppers; they're just there to kind of like soak into it. And I'm not a hot pepper fan, and even I'm like, this is not too bad. I'd say also like a 4.5.
Well, 4.5, 4.5,
4.5,
4.5.
I like the second one more.
I just want some orange vodka. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, that does sound pretty good. It's like a screwball.
Just peanut butter whiskey.
No, screwball.
Screwball is
screwdriver. Screwdriver. Shut up. Screwdriver. That's what I meant.
Screwball is hardcore drugs.
No.
Yes.
Where did you come from? You didn't close the door.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Nice movie reference. Just kidding. It's a book, but
it's a movie. It's a movie as of 6 months ago.
Yes. Well, thank you, Lewis, for your drink. May you rest in peace. Now, we'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Shaker and Spoon.
You heard it.
I feel like we're extra annoying today, so I'm apologizing right now. It's a monthly subscription. It's a monthly subscription service that gives you bar quality recipes and ingredients designed by, you guessed it, award-winning mixologists. Their latest box, Born to Rum Jamaica box, features amazing cocktail recipes for rum lovers. If you'd like your very own, subscription, then head over to shakerandspoon.com and use our promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your first subscription. Again, that is promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off.
You better rum for it to get that deal.
Jacob just texted me a screenshot of Screwball. It is heroin and meth mixed together.
Oh. Oh yeah, he's right. What's an 8-ball? We just really went from sponsor to drugs. That's crazy.
And we just lost our sponsorship. We do not condone drugs.
But ask him what an 8-ball is. I just want to see what his answer is. I want to see if he makes it up. There's only two. There's only two correct answers. There's only 2 correct answers, and I want to know which one he gives me.
Okay. Well, while we wait on that, let's hop into my question of the day. Now, I have.
Yes, I am. Next.
Yes. This is a question I've been waiting to ask you this whole season, but I wanted to wait till the very end once we had watched them all.
No, I do not know karate.
He said 8-ball is an 1/8 ounce of a drug, usually coke.
Damn, he's right.
I don't like that he knows this.
He's got secrets, man. What can I tell you? He's had a life before he met you.
Apparently. So my question is this. Out of all of the antagonists throughout the franchise, who do you think was the best, developed? Who do you think was the best villain? And then who do you think was the best fighter?
The best?
Let's start with the first one. Who is the best developed character?
The best character or best villain?
No, the best developed character. Like they actually make sense why they're who they are.
Oh.
You know, their story is planned out. It's not just like, oh, they're just a bad guy.
So again, am I just doing the villains or?
Yes. We're just talking about the bad guys.
I would. Harry Silver. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't care. Strike the oil, or what was it he said? Something like that, or he's just like,
I would call it. I don't care. Dump the uranium. Everyone wants to be a detective.
Something like that. Yeah. Developed character.
So what you had?
Johnny.
There's Johnny. There's
Kreese. That's the sensei. Then you have Terry and the what was his name from the second one?
It's
like Craven or something.
Not even close. My God. It's supposed to be Chosen. His name is Chosen.
Chosen. See, I was right. There's a C in there. Okay.
It was Chosen, and then and then his dad, which I forgot his name.
Yep.
And then there's
from the third one. There's the little guy.
Mike. There's Mike. Yeah, the guy. The guy. I think it's Barnes. I think his name is Mike Barnes. The guy, the karate champion.
And then Terry and Kreese again.
And then we're not including any of the.
Yes, we are.
I'm not including. There's nothing is developed in that movie. So that no, we're not talking about.
They're not even a contender.
Not a contender. Not a contender.
Okay. The new one.
I was thinking of like, wait, there's another movie. I mean, there's another villain. Why am I forgetting who it is? And I was like, oh yeah, it's because that other movie that is completely blank from my mind now.
And then the new one has
it's literally China. I'm gonna go with the best developed is Bam.
Yeah, that's why I saved it. I was like, this is a good question.
Am I really gonna have to go with Terry Silver? I think I might have to go with Terry. He does not have a developed character. He's just a bad dude. Like, he's just a shitty guy. But you have the most information on him. Therefore, he is the most developed.
I don't know. I feel like Kreese is the best developed.
Kreese, you have, he was in the army.
He was humiliated, lost his business, wanted it back, wanted to humiliate the kid who took it from him.
Yeah, and then wasn't there for 90% of the movie.
That's fine, though.
That's not fine.
He's in all 3, though, at least.
That doesn't matter.
To me, it does.
It's not developed. I don't see it.
To me, that's developed.
Oh, so if I just had some guy in the background the entire time, you're saying he's a fully developed character as long as he was on screen for 90% of the movie?
1,000%.
Oh, my God.
Okay, fine. I'll let you pick Terry. I will pick Kreese.
He's comical, but you know the most about him. I say he's the most developed because you know all of his intentions, why he's doing it, how he's doing it.
Okay, but here's the catch, though. You can't reuse him again.
Okay.
So the next one is, who do you think is the best villain? You want to say Terry, don't you? Who's just like the worst guy?
It's Angel.
Angel?
The Hawk?
I was like, what?
No.
So do you still want to pick Terry as the most developed, or the biggest? Because to me, he's definitely the biggest villain. Who's the one that committed arson? That guy was pretty bad, but we're not counting those guys.
No, because that's just the Nazi regime.
I would say Terry is definitely the best villain.
So that's the question. Who's the best villain?
Yeah, like who's like the worst of them all? Like just like done the worst things.
Oh.
That's like the best way to put it.
Oh, if they're gonna do that, then if by definition who did the worst things, it's definitely the sexist dude.
The sexist, the one that we're retconning?
Yeah, the one from the terrible movie that I shall not name, but is like
he's the best villain.
He's not the best villain. You said the person who did the worst things.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he's the best at being the worst.
I don't think you understand your own question.
I am understanding. I think you don't understand it.
I think I understand it perfectly. I think you're just not.
He's done the worst amount of things, making him the best villain.
That's not how that works.
Yes, because villain is a bad guy. They do bad things. So he's the best at doing that.
Yeah, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do by this definition. Then we will make the first answer to the first. We will make the answer to the first question Kreese, and then the second answer Terry.
Okay. Okay. This is an easy one. Well, not easy, but this one is not as confusing. Who's the best fighter out of all the villains?
It's definitely the Chinese kids. It's the Cobra Kai of China.
They're fucking good. What was the little kid's name again?
I don't know. When I was watching the movie, I put the subtitles on, but whenever they were speaking Chinese, nothing came up. So I'm not sure if that's what's supposed to happen. So I know, like in the deleted scenes, there was like actual subtitles. So I don't know if I'm supposed to understand what's going on when they're speaking. When they're
Chang.
Oh, that's generic.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as Miyang,
Miyang,
or Master Li, or Liang.
Now I just think you're being racist.
Or my favorite, Ping Pong Man. These are pretty stereotypical names. Anyways, Chang is the one from today's episode.
And Chang is the best fighter.
I would agree. He actually was like fucking, like he was
brutal.
Hitting blows that I was like, that actually does look painful. Like fucking kicking him straight in the chest, or I was like, oh,
he's gonna feel that in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So best developed character, Kreese. Best villain, Terry. Best fighter, Chang. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. That was honestly what I also picked overall. So glad we agreed. Thank you for entertaining me.
Entertaining you. Okay.
And agreeing.
I'm glad I'm here for your entertainment.
Yep. So, you ready?
Yeah.
For some facts?
Facts. It's time to get into some facts.
Let's hear it.
Alrighty, people. We're gonna get into some facts today. It's time to get factual.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So now, despite the name of this movie being The Karate Kid, it doesn't actually feature any karate. It only features kung fu.
Correct.
Chan told interviewers that cast members generally refer to the movie as the Kung Fu Kid, and he believed that the film would be called The Karate Kid in America and The Kung Fu Kid in China. This theory held true because, as in China, it's actually called The Kung Fu Dream.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, we have The Karate Kid. So that's a new one.
I did not know that. I actually had a note written down about that because I was like, so where's the karate?
One of those things, you know? There were plans for a sequel, but it entered development hell, and Cobra Kai was favored. Jackie Chan is set to be part of a new sequel to be released on June 7th, 2024. It is unclear, though, however, if he is playing his original role from this movie or if he's playing a new one in the Miyagi-verse, as they call it.
Interesting. Miyagi-verse. I like it.
Miyagi-verse. Chan's eminence in China led to several production favors, such as being granted permission to film in areas strictly forbidden in the regions. Chan's inclusion in the film prompted the Chinese government to allow filming in at the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, and the Wudong Mountains. Wudang, my bad. Wudang Mountains. So the areas, so the mountains, the Forbidden City, and the Great Wall of China are normally apparently places they don't allow filming at the time, and they hadn't for a very long time.
Mm.
But because Jackie Chan is such like a powerhouse of a person for China, that they gave them special permission to be like, yeah, you can do it.
It's impressive. I'm surprised that they like allowed that.
In fact, this is the first film to shoot in the Forbidden City since 1987.
Wow.
Which I think it was The Emperor was the movie that came out for that. I think that's the last movie that filmed there.
Wow.
For its release in China, and this is where it gets a little crazy. Several scenes had to be re-edited to comply with the nation's strict censorship laws. For example, the shots of Dre kissing Mei Young had to be removed, so that's not in the Chinese cut.
Okay.
Additionally, scenes depicting harsh bullying at school were snipped down, but most infamously and controversially, China's censors basically edited the entire movie in a way that it made it an entirely different story, where because of the censors, the Chinese characters could not be depicted in a negative light. Therefore, the film's Chinese version actually reshapes the movie as if Dre instigates all the fights and that he is the villain.
What the fuck?
Yes.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, some people say it's like, oh, well, it kind of turns now into a like redemption arc somehow. I don't know if I agree with that. I would have to see the edit. Just
I would like to watch that version.
Yeah, because apparently it's an entirely different movie, basically. Now, there was an original ending for the movie that so there's an alternate ending that can be found on YouTube, and it will be in our show notes if you would like to see it. But the original ending actually included a fight between Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan, and Master Lee. And it is very well choreographed. It's classic Jackie Chan environmental fighting. It's really, really good. However, it doesn't really match the tone and like the movie, and it does take away from like the ending of Dre like winning. It kind of becomes like the Jackie Chan show for a second there. So I think it's kind of works out that they didn't do it. However, if you do want to see the alternate ending that they did shoot, you can check our show notes. And it's going to be it's on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely check that out after we record.
And those are all my facts for today.
Well, thank you for those facts. They were quite
factual,
yeah. Quite credible, if I must say.
Quite credible.
Mm-hmm.
Quite credible. They're incredible. They're quite incredible. Funny.
Now, suppose we should talk about the film. Let me pull up my notes here.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I'm probably a bit biased towards the film just because I grew up watching it. And I'm sure if like I grew up with the original and I watched the original first, then I would probably hate on this film a little more. But I will admit that it does hold like that part of nostalgia to my heart because I'm like, when I rewatched it, I was like, oh man, I remember watching this as a kid, So for that reason, it does have a higher rating than some other people would probably give it. Now, Mr. Han, which is new Miyagi, basically. I like him, but I also felt torn because I love Miyagi so much. And Mr. Han is not Miyagi. Let's just make that clear. They are not the same person at all. And they make that pretty obvious from the get-go when he's using the chopsticks and he ends up using the fly swatter. That is something Miyagi would never, ever do. And I think that's why they did it, was to kind of show the list of the people watching, like from the get-go, we are not doing the exact same thing as before. We're going to take the premise of the story and change it just a little bit, at least. I mean, he's cool. He's an old guy who kicks ass. I mean, who doesn't love that? But yeah, he's not the same as Mr. Miyagi. I do feel that, we already kind of touched on it. The fights are a lot more brutal.
Yes.
Which, of course, is partly due to like modern cinema and like the advancements of cinematography with like when it comes to fighting and stuff. Like you can look at old fighting scenes versus like nowadays, it's way different. It just felt so much more fluid. and like everything flowed together so much better and felt actually like it was choreographed, and it wasn't just like, okay, so you're gonna hit him 3 times and he's gonna block the third one. It felt like there was like, okay, you're gonna actually practice this out as compared to the previous movies, at least. I also think that even though the fighting was more brutal, it also felt less realistic. Like they were fucking doing flips and shit like it was Yoda in Star Wars. Yeah. And I was like, these little kids are all over the place. And like, especially when Dre gets his leg injured and he does basically what their modern version of the crane kick. I don't know what the move was called, but the snake charm or whatever. And like the movement he did, while it was badass, it was just like, how the fuck did you learn that? Like, like the crane kick one makes a lot more sense because like it's a fucking crane kick. Like I could do that. That's a much more easily done. Whereas like this kid defied gravity and did like 3 flips in different directions at once.
With his inner kung fu.
Yes, that's fair. Now, I don't know a lot about kung fu, so I don't know like what the difference is, but I didn't know you could just like throw elbows and shit at people and like basically kill them. It's pretty much what they were hitting moves where I was like, if you hit that person hard enough, you could kill that person. Like if that kick to the chest was strong enough, could possibly start their heart if they weren't, obviously a healthy person. But like, I don't know what kung fu's actually like, but I didn't think it was anything like that. I could be wrong.
Brutal.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, like it's not like Muay Thai or whatever it is that Iko Uwais does in the redemption in the raid. that literally anything Iko Uwais does is it's like Indonesian street fighting or something like that. That is meant to like hurt and kill. Like that is meant to like, oh, I'm gonna take you down in the least amount of punches possible.
Yeah. Well, what do I know? But I think overall it was a pretty good film. Little young Jaden Smith is adorable. And I mean, I honestly went into it thinking I was going to hate it more because I remembered watching it as a kid and I was like, well, maybe I was a kid. I didn't really know any better. And now that I'm older and snobbier, I might not like it as much. But I gave it a 3 out of 5, which is, I think, I think I gave it 3.5 for the original Karate Kid. And that's just because it's the original. It did it first. So
it did it first.
It gets that. But it's still a decent movie. It's a fun watch. It's long. It's unnecessarily long. It's 2.5 hours.
It is
roughly.
Yeah, 2 hours and 19 minutes.
Yeah. And that's longer than the others. But I guess that's kind of like, at that point, that was the standard. I mean, that is kind of like over time, movies have just gotten longer and longer. So, oh well. But yeah, 3 out of 5.
I'm thinking of that Saturday Night Live bit about 90-minute movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I do think this is. I think it's good. I enjoyed it. So I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I do like this one. I think if I gave the original one a 4, I believe.
That sounds right.
Now, I do think the Say What You Need to Say is a very interesting opening song for this movie.
Say what you need to say.
I was not expecting that. I forgot that happened. And I was like, what?
Hey, man, 2010.
Yeah, like
it was a different time.
It was a very different time. And we'll get to that. Though I did think it was good. Like, obviously, they're doing for more contemporary. Obviously not the 80s. So they're doing a contemporary movie because they did involve like the Detroit car factories moving to China and stuff like that. So it kind of gave a very realistic reason to be to be where they are, the reason it is and stuff like that. So like, okay, this kid's got no riz, complete opposite of
complete opposite of Daniel.
Yeah, of Daniel, no riz whatsoever. He's fumbling, but I guess that's part of his charm. So I'll give him that. But yeah, he's not the riz master as we called him before.
Yeah.
So you can tell they took the same exact script and just tweaked it because there's literally verbatim the same exact words, the same exact scenes, just in like a different context.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of lazy. if you're gonna like if you're gonna do a remake, maybe don't actually remake it.
Change it a little bit.
This scene didn't have a meaning. We just needed to put it in because oh, remember that. So
yeah, which we all know you don't like that.
Yeah. So the drunk scene.
Yeah, that one just didn't hit.
What?
I just didn't hit as hard. Like it's good. But to me, it felt a little out of left field. Like I know he foreshadows it with where he's like, why is the car in the living room kind of thing. And he kind of just like, brushes him off. But it was just weird. It just felt like we went from 0 to 10, but that might have just been me.
I think
what were you going to say about it?
Because that's what sells me on this movie. That's what
oh
yeah, this scene is the scene. Like you think about this movie, you don't think about the ending. You don't think about any of the stuff that's going on. No, you think about Jackie Chan breaking down in that car.
Really? Because I didn't remember that scene until I watched it.
That's one of the biggest scenes I remember from this movie. And it's also like the first time I've ever seen like Jackie Chan have an emotional role. It's Jackie Chan. He does a lot. He does all the fighting. He does all the stuff. But it's like the first time I ever saw him like cry.
You know what scene stuck out to me though? I like the scene I vividly remember as a kid when he first gets there and SpongeBob is in Mandarin.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know why, but I saw that and it just triggered this weird feeling where I was like, whoa, I remember this scene.
That's
I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the scene that sells me on this movie on like why it's good to me. I'm being like, this is wow. Because I think it hits.
It's also just shot well. Like overall, the movie was like pretty to look at. Like I liked all the scenes are just nice. They're not anything like cinematic, but it's just a well shot, well lit movie overall. I liked it.
Now, for anything that isn't an action sequence, because the action sequence, the 2010s are taking full effect. Shaky cam out the wazoo.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell what anything's going on. I know it's a bit also used to cover up the,
fights.
The action sequence and the fight scene, because obviously you can't have a full-on action scene. And if you watch the deleted scene, there's no shaky cam. It's a bit shaky, but like what's going on. You know that they choreographed this. You know that you can see everything that's going on. There's no quick cuts. There's no like winging the camera left and right as if like you're in a tornado. You understand what's going on in the scene, which is pretty crazy that you would have that, and then versus the actual fight that you need for the movie, like the final fight, and it's all wonky.
Yeah, that's true. It's like same time around Hunger Games with the shaky cam.
God, oh my God. Okay. Yeah, 2012, 2010s, man. This movie came out in 2010 because it ends with Never Say Never by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I
never say never.
It popped up and I started laughing because I was like, oh my God, this movie is violently 2010s.
It really is.
Also, what do you call it? Like Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber are like best friends or something. So there's also that. But
cute.
I was not expecting to laugh that hard because it popped out of nowhere. It really came out of left field for me because they're like, oh wow, that was at the end of the movie. It's like, the dramatic moment, and then suddenly, never say never. I'm like, what?
That's a classic. Never say
and then
never.
like start going through the credits, and I was so dumbfounded. I actually listened to the whole song because I was like, is this happening right now? Like,
you just let it take over. Like this is the way it is.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in 2010. All right, this is what it is now.
Oh man, those were the days. If I could go back to like any era of my life, it would definitely be like 10 to 13. That was like prime time for me.
No, not for me. Anything from my 10 to 16, anything is gone. I deleted it. It's scrubbed from the internet. It does not exist anymore. It's a black hole.
That's me, but 16 to 18, maybe 16 and 19. That's scrubbed. There's so much I don't remember from that time era. Oh,
it's not that I don't remember it. It's that it was on the internet because I made a lot of internet stuff and I scrubbed it from the internet. It is gone. I made sure it is purged
Oh no. You're gonna say that now and someone's gonna dig deep.
Good luck. Try it. I've tried.
Someone do it right now. Someone get on it. We need someone. And send it to me. Don't tell Isaiah.
You know, I'm so confident I'll even give you a hint.
Ooh.
I'm not going to give you context of the hint, but if you do find it, you'll understand the hint. Cheesy pack. Go ahead. Find it.
Cheesy pack. What? You know what? I'm making this a snippet just so that more people see this video and will look for it.
Good luck.
You're like, oh shit.
Have fun. The Wayback Machine does not work for it. Good luck.
Oh man. Shall we do a tier list?
Oh, right. I forgot we have to do that.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. Starting with the original Karate Kid. I definitely think that's S tier. It's OG. It's the original. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Karate Kid 2, F, D, or F?
No, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's in like C tier. Like it's pretty, yeah.
It felt so unnecessary, though.
It is unnecessary.
Okay.
But like also there's 2 more movies that were way more unnecessary.
Yes. Karate Kid 3, honestly, wasn't terrible. I'd give it a B.
I think it's kind of subpar. I think they're both.
I think it's better than the second one.
I think they're both like just
Where's Lewis when you need him to break the tie?
We can definitely guarantee though that next Karate Kid F, that's bottom. It's in the garbage can.
Yes. We can I can agree with that. Next, the one we're talking about. I would say I feel like it's A or S.
A or S, that's high. I'd give it
A
an
tier?
A.
Yeah.
I give it an A. Do we agree? Or are we gonna fight on
Well,
C-tier?
I really disagree on C tier.
God, I really don't like part 3. I don't like whiny characters.
Yeah, but I felt like there was actual story driven parts to it, whereas like the second one, you don't even need to watch it, and you could watch the third one and not miss anything.
That's true.
Other than being like, where's that one girl? And he's like, oh, she stayed back in Okinawa. And you're like, oh, okay. That's literally it. That's all they talk about from the second movie. Whereas like the third one, it's like, no, Miyagi has a business now. And
Barry Silver's in the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you the second one is in D. C stays for part 3.
I was going to say, why don't we just shift them all up one? Because there's no point in having a gap there.
Because I don't agree that it is B enough, and we definitely know Karate Kid is in the bottom tier. The next Karate Kid is in the bottom, whatever we do.
I guess so. I just feel like if there's an empty gap, just eliminate that tier altogether.
Yeah, but I can't give it a B. That's too good. That's too high grade.
Okay. All right, then that's fine. I would say this is a fine tier list. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Our final rankings of the movies are at number 1, the original Karate Kid. Number 2, runner up, the remake 2010 Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. In number 3, technically number 4, that's where I get wonky.
Well, why technically it's number numbers? 3. There's letters right here.
So I'm trying to make it easier for people to understand. Yeah, but it's easier for me to say instead of going SA. No one's gonna understand. Not a lot of people understand how the tier list thing works. So I'm trying to.
They don't understand. That's why there's an entire website dedicated to it.
Yeah, but every time we say it, people are like, "What?" Anyways, third place is Karate Kid 3, the Karate Kid 3. Following that, Karate Kid 2, and in last place, at the bottom, the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank. Fuck that movie. Obviously, there's Cobra Kai, but we're not going to watch Cobra Kai because that's a TV show, and we don't do that here. If you want a TV show, go somewhere else. That's a little too aggressive. Just
telling our viewers to go somewhere else. I'm sure that'll work out for us.
Yeah, that always works out well. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us for season 10. We have our listeners episode next week. So be sure to send in those suggestions at silverscreensips@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram so you can get the latest updates on the show and any upcoming guests. We have lots on our schedule, so get ready for that. Listen up. Today and today only, as in June 19th, we are posting our poll for season 11. So go cast your vote right now, right after you finish this episode. The 2 franchises up for the running this upcoming season are Kill Bill or MCU Phase 1. So go cast your votes right fucking now because it's only up for today and today only. And we will see you in our listeners episode that we're going to go record right fucking now. But you don't know that.
We're just revealing secrets from the back end. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. See you guys next week.